Hi guys, I'm Mike and this is F1 Fanatics. So guys, I've just finished watching qualifying. It is, I think it's about 20 past 3 here in the morning. For some reason, I just decided not to go to sleep. That was stupid. And because I'm considerate in my house, I'm now sitting in my car at like 3:20 in the morning to give you guys my qualifying reaction. And it is another Ferrari lockout on the front row. And Sebastian Vettel has claimed pole for the first time in, well, he's beaten his teammate Charles Leclerc for the first time in 10 races. So that is absolutely fantastic. It was a superb lap by Sebastian Vettel to claim pole. It was a new track record. Charles Leclerc coming in at P2 and then Valtteri Bottas in P3. Hamilton just wasn't able to get it together. It was tricky, not conditions because of the rain. There was no rain. It was bright sunshine at Suzuka. But it was windy, which actually we'll go through when we go through the other Q1, Q2 and Q3, see how that affected proceedings. But yeah, first of all, congratulations to Ferrari, absolutely fantastic. And in a couple of hours time, we will be seeing how they get on in the race, and will Ferrari be able to get a 1-2 like, if things had gone to plan, they should have done in Sochi. But for now, guys, let's kind of give the full run through. So we'll go through from Q1. So just at the start of Q1, before anyone was able to put a lap in, Robert Kubica was affected by the wind and binned it into the wall. So obviously retiring halfway through the race in Sochi, and then in qualifying, realistically, probably would have started P20 anyway. But yeah, not great for him. His mechanics have a big job because obviously we're qualifying on the same day as race day. It is a big job to see if they can get that car ready, because it was quite a serious crash into the wall. So it'll be interesting to see whether Robert Kubica will be able to take any part in the race later on. Then things got restarted, and then Kevin Magnussen spun into the wall, again affected by the wind. He was just coming out of turn 17, going into that last corner, and then just lost the back end and went back into the wall. But the funny thing was, he was able to get the car going again, so he then reversed out onto the track. The session had already been red flagged by this stage, and managed to get the car back to the pit. So I think Kevin Magnussen should be all right for getting in the race, but yeah, he will be starting in P19. Then we have George Russell in P18. We have Sergio Perez in P17. He said he just wasn't confident in the car and on the track out there today. The wind was affecting him, so he just couldn't get it together. And then surprisingly, in P16, Daniel Ricciardo knocked out in Q1. He really, isn't having the best of luck in the past couple of races. And yeah, not a great result for Danny Ricciardo. Then we move into Q2, and in P15 it is his Renault teammate Nico Hülkenberg. They had a hydraulics issue that they're going to have to try and sort before the start of the race. Basically he wasn't able to change gear, and basically the radio message was, get back to the pits, this is a major issue. So yeah, they were very concerned about that. In P14, it was Daniel Kvyat, just really wasn't kind of coming to grips with the car as well as what his teammate Pierre Gasly did, who managed to get into Q3. Guys, I am sorry at the moment if you can hear rain. It is actually no rain in Suzuka, but there's rain in England. So yeah, I do apologise for that. P13 is the first Alpha Kimi Raikkonen, then Lance Stroll in P12, making it into Q2 for successive weekends. So I think that's a positive for him. You know, he needs to keep improving his Saturday performances, because he generally does pretty well on a Sunday. So this is another step in the right direction. And then rounding off Q2 was P11 with Giovinazzi. Out qualifying Kimi Raikkonen again, so that is a really positive move, and I feel like it is going to be a matter of when rather than if he will be confirmed as that second Alpha driver for next season. Then moving into Q3, guys, and in P10 we had Roman Grosjean again qualifying in back-to-back races in Q3, which is fantastic for him and fantastic for Haas. Their Saturday performance hasn't really been the worry though, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can back that up with a points finish in the race. Pierre Gasly had a fantastic qualifying session, had a really good lap in Q2. Wasn't able to match it in Q3, but still P9 for him is a really great start and probably the best out of the Honda performers actually. Then we move into P8, and that is Lando Norris. And then P7 was Carlos Sainz. Very good race for McLaren's, looking best of the rest, and pretty much with Renault's back down in 15th and 16th position, unless they can have a really great race and the McLarens get mechanical failure, I think it is pretty much, if it wasn't already, sealed for McLaren to claim 4th in the Constructors this year, which is a fantastic effort by them. Moving on to the big three, and Red Bulls are going to be really disappointed with their pace. Obviously, Honda was saving the engine upgrades, hoping to do well. Maybe they're more set up for the race, and we'll find out in a couple of hours whether they can do anything to kind of boost their performance in the race. But yeah, 6th for Albon, 5th for Verstappen, and they weren't really ever in the battle for pole position. And then into the second row with the Mercedes, Hamilton 4th and Bottas 3rd. Really, actually, they weren't really in the competition for pole. The Ferraris just looked to have the edge. In dry conditions, they just looked quick, and yeah, was absolutely fantastic for them. But yeah, Hamilton and Bottas a little bit frustrated, probably Hamilton even more frustrated, but they will just try to do what they do, and they might have a better race set up. You don't know. I wasn't sure actually from the Friday practice how much of a kind of race pace they were able to sort out, because Mercedes race pace generally does tend to be stronger because they are easier on the tyres. So yeah, very interesting to see how that one pan out. And then the big surprise probably was that it wasn't Charles Lepole getting another pole position for him, getting his 5th consecutive one. It was actually Sebastian Vettel. He has been threatening to do this. He had been mucking up his laps for the past 2. But he was able to secure it today. Absolutely fantastic lap by Sebastian Vettel. And guys, I'll keep it short and sweet because in a couple of hours we will be going with the race. So I'll launch this up and we will be going live after the race. I think we're looking to go live at 8:30 AM UK time. Hopefully that's roughly when the race should finish. Obviously it would change if there's any red flags or anything from there. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the roundup. Hope you enjoyed qualifying. If anyone was crazy enough like me to kind of be up in the morning, well done. If you are just waking up for the race, that was probably more sensible for your sleep. But you F1 fans, remember, keep racing.